Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Josh again. Today I'm going to talk about Basic Attention Token, or BAT. And thanks out to my buddy too. I was talking about him. He thought I should put it in this format, so he actually made this for me. I just talked and then he did it there, so thank you again, bro. Tell me how you guys like this. And before I get into it too, you guys kind of see, I'm gonna talk about why, I'm making this video so you guys can understand the process of what I'm getting into, why, how I'm looking at these tokens, what I like about this token, what I don't like, and kind of what I'm looking for as it develops and what to look for, so you guys could learn from that. But before I get into any of that, as you guys see here on the screen, what I'm saying, raise the standard, raise your standard. This is a disclaimer in the stock market. This isn't required with crypto, how it is, but I'm giving it anyways. And I encourage you guys, when you're watching videos, especially ones with titles as so, to be on a lookout for this and make sure you understand what people's interests are when they're making these videos. As I'm saying here, I own a few $1,000s worth of BAT. Do your own research before investing. I'm not a financial professional. Consult with one before making any investment. I am holding and do not plan to sell for at least a couple of weeks, and that is the key. Beyond anyone saying I bought this much, what is their intention? In the stock market, SEC rules, that is something that you have to disclose. So that's something I'm saying, and again, all these numbers and predictions that I'm going to be talking about here, although I'm going into some depth with it, I am keeping it pretty simple. But what I am saying, these predictions are coming out of my ass, and this is a market where assets and companies are getting multi-billion-dollar valuations and they've done nothing at all. So all of this info, you guys, take it with a grain of salt. In general, this market is speculative, like I say, but this is my intention. My intention to sell, you guys know. So let's get into it. I'm going to explain to what Basic Attention Token is, how it works, how it operates, and some of the stuff behind it. So getting into it, there's their nice pretty logo, Basic Attention Token, or BAT. It's made by the creator of JavaScript, and he's also the co-founder of Mozilla, and he's also the CEO of something called Brave, this browser, which is pretty pertinent to the technology, which we'll talk about. But this is one of the big reasons why I like the coin. I actually looked into this to verify it. Somebody in the stream said a lot about this, but this is true. He actually is the founder or creator of JavaScript and co-founder of Mozilla, and it kind of makes sense with what they're doing here, which is kind of why I like it to a certain degree, but we'll get into that. So what it is, to talk about it, it's a decentralized, and I'm going to talk more about what that concept is if you guys aren't familiar. Obviously, the more advanced people are. It's a decentralized, transparent digital advertising platform based on the Ethereum blockchain. So it revolves around ads and all that stuff. So how it works, one, your advertisers, they transact in BAT to purchase advertising space and user attention, which is a very big key, which we're going to come to, which attracted me to the whole BAT token in general. But what pretty much advertisers buy this token and they pay people to advertise. Publishers and content creators will receive ad revenue in BAT. The key here, publishers are the people putting out the ad, and the content creators, as well as the people consuming the ad, the users will receive revenue in it. They collect money in this token, and then users earn and are rewarded in BAT for their attention. And again, that concept comes up again, which is a key point I want to highlight. But pretty much, in general, it's this browser, this Brave browser, which the guy made. He's the CEO of it, and it's like a Google Chrome, a Mozilla type thing. You put it on your browser, and what it allows companies and people to do, it still records your data, just like your cookies and everything you have on your computer. Well, that's what Brave does while you're shopping, doing all your Facebook, all that stuff. However, it's decentralized, meaning it's not keeping your information stored, it's keeping you private. It's kind of like a mix between Tor and Google Chrome, just not illegal, I guess. But and what that does is it allows people now to advertise to you, and you could even get paid now. Instead of it traditionally blocks ads, if you choose to show ads, you could get paid ads. Or if you want to support a creator, let's say you like my YouTube channel, you like some guy on Twitch, whatever it may be, you could support him through that. So it's a pretty cool idea, and we're going to talk about that, the Brave thing, why I like it. I'm going to go into some of the reasons why I like it, why I don't like it, and what to look for. It's a pretty simple concept, but what I do like is this concept of paying for user attention. Now, even though a lot of people are talking about what it could be for ads, it's kind of crazy when you understand how this concept works with it. it is storing all your information. It's just like, have you guys ever been on an iPhone and you see how people talk about, you know, or you have an iPhone or something, you talk about iPhones, you go on Amazon, iPhones are for sale. For me, even when you guys see my, you know, I have car things come up because I buy a lot of cars. It knows even when I talk about it. It's weird. But imagine your browser storing all this information. It's not keeping your data all like that, but then for advertisers, they could see users' attention. They know how many pixels you're using, what you're doing, and where you're actually using your stuff. So this concept of attention, this is right now, they're just using it for ads, but this is a scalable concept that could be applied to video games, to so many different platforms. They even talk about how much time we spend giving our attention away to ads. Imagine if you can monetize that attention. It's kind of the idea of being able to monetize sitting in traffic. So I love that idea. I think it's cool if it works. And again, it's comparable to Facebook model in the sense that it's just selling ads, you know, again, how they're going to make money. And that's why I say here, it already has a plan to monetize. When Facebook came out, it did not have this plan. They just had users. In this case, they're getting people on this browser. There's a reason why people are going to be at the browser, but they know exactly, they're going to give users an ability to opt in to make money and to show ads when they want. So they already know where they are and pretty much selling ads. And selling ads is a very profitable industry right now in general. Another thing I like about it, Brave right now already has millions of users and a great team behind it. You already look at who founded it, the people working with it. They all have pretty good, decent backgrounds. Everybody else, I'd say decent, besides the founder. I like the founder a lot. But the fact that they already have millions of users on the browser, it already has a reason for people to use it, and you know, has some good potential with it. Another thing I like about it, like I said before, it's this decentralized idea where, yeah, you know, you could get people to get ads without sharing information and, you know, target how people are using it. If they can execute it, it's like Facebook without being there, you know, it's great. But again, emphasis on the if they do it. And then right now too, I have to check on coin market cap. It is adjusting, but I believe market cap may be about 1.5 billion or less right now. But I think relatively speaking, I think it might be at 500 billion, excuse me. But go look that up. I'm not sure. It constantly fluctuates, but it's relatively low comparatively to how some of these coins are bubble, which is, again, that's where I like it on the more, I guess, technical level price point. Again, another reason why I like it, it's funded by a great team with the people who are already invested in it. There's guys like, you know, the ones I know personally, Founders Fund and Pantera Fund, big VC funds out in San Francisco. So that's one thing. I verified that. That is actually true. Another thing is that it's cheap in terms of what, I guess, less scalable tech tokens are at, you know, because some with not as much good technology, or again, this idea of the attention, I like it a lot, but there's not that many coins out there right now that they're really expensive that don't do shit. So I think it's pretty decent. It's good for the user. I've already talked about that, and it's finally taking a shot at Facebook and Google. That's what people have talked about, but that's another reason why I don't like it, because that's a big challenge. You know, there's a reason why they show it, and that's what I'm going to talk about. And then lastly, the token in ICO is fairly recent. It's not like you're coming in, you know, by getting in something like this or throwing in something small, or, you know, being able to use this, investing in this technology. It's, you know, you're not getting in too late, I'd say, but it has already, I think, doubled so far. Now, why I don't like it, to get into that, excuse me, it sounds like a hype story. I've heard this before, you know, this get paid to browse, you know, this concept and this idea has been an affiliate market dream. It's been said before, you know, I think it has potential to get pumped. So even if this tech ends up becoming bunk, I think this concept of attention, it's like the blockchain stuff could be a scam, but this whole, I feel like people could find a way to use crypto and decentralization to use and monetize attention. I like that idea. But if this is even bunk, you know, I'm not so much concerned as the paid to browse as much as I am utilizing people's attention and how that could be used to benefit us and publishers, advertisers, and the economy. So that being said, I think either way, it has potential to get pumped for all the other reasons why I listed before. Again, too, it shares ad revenue with the user. And if you read their website, you read what they talk about, they say, you know, oh, there's a lot of bots that commit fraud, you know, people aren't really, you know, ads don't really work. There's a lot of publishers spending money on ads, but the platform is meant to block ads, and it shares revenue with the user So I feel like it could create this community or economy of people only using that ad just to try to make money. And they're not there to buy anything. They're not there to consume the ads or anything. So I don't know how profitable it could be, and it could end up getting abused in the same sort of platform. And people aren't going to buy anything. It's going to be less organic and lead to less conversions than a traditional means like Facebook advertising or Google or YouTube would. Again, it has a large supply, which has depressed the price. You even see how it kind of moves. It's been getting kind of killed. There's zero volume on it. It's pretty illiquid. I don't like that. And considering how big the supply is, so I don't know how the price is going to move as it gets into the higher ranges. So even with the price target I'm looking to put on it, it's pretty interesting to say in that case, because and I even suspect a lot of pumpers, so I'm going to expect some short-term volatility, but that's why I want to see how the run-up goes, to see kind of who comes out of the woodworks, any toxic debt holders, or but it's new, that's the thing, so I would love to see. Two, if publishers don't see the value, again, another reason why I don't like it, if publishers don't see the value in the advertising on this platform, what will happen to the price once you remove the speculative pressure? And I'm going to talk about that with the price target I'm giving on it, just because there's a price I'm giving to the actual use value, what I think it's really worth, and then how much value is coming in just because of demand and people speculating on it. So that's one thing I think is pretty interesting. Again, if you don't have people using this, take away the speculative pressure, what's the value, and what would happen if people don't really see this? Again, it has big price move recently with the whole bubble. It's kind of moved up and down, and crypto's all again been pretty volatile. So even though I own some of this coin, it is kind of risky right now to get into it. At any moment, you want to always be careful with kind of how things are. But again, if there's blood, it's a good time to buy. But again, with shitty altcoins like this, it's very, especially with a billion coins in circulation, you got to be careful. Two, another thing I don't like is that the white paper has lots of references to like broad industry stats, but nothing concrete and defined. Again, they're going after stuff like Google, the ad industry, that they're making pretty much big claims, and I don't like they're saying, oh, look at the fall of newspaper revenue, look at how ad blocker and people have used it, just like again, this doesn't really highlight from my point, when even people come to me for investments, I hate when people bring up this big mundane, not big mundane stuff, but it's just like, they're not there to scale. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. Again, beyond that, moving forward, I don't know, I was supposed to have my cool little slides come in, but what to look forward, I'm gonna finish off with this, kind of the key metrics I'm looking for, and how, what I think the price will go to, and why I think it's there, and for what reasons, what I'm going to be looking for moving forward, and to see whether or not, I plan to hold it for a couple weeks. I'm giving it time to develop. I think this is very early, and even the pump, bubble, and even tech stage of it, but I want to see, I want to see, their roadmap, but I'm very skeptical of a lot of these roadmaps, but I do want to see how it comes out to play. But what I am looking forward is the amount of users that continue to adopt Brave as that platform grows. I think it improves the likelihood and more use applications of the BAT token in general. So I like that. And I want to see, again, they could get more data and research as far as who's using and how they're making it back. I want to also look on the promotional side, promotional campaigns by the BAT project and by other people, YouTubers, press increase. One thing I like to look at, here's a little tip, you guys could look at the Reddit subscribers. Go to any altcoins Reddit and you could see how many Reddit subscribers there are. That's a pretty good indication of how many people are investing. You could do the math and you could see and watch as something grows. You could get an idea of, is the trend picking up and people are investing. Even if there's 13,000, 20,000 followers, if 5-10% are investing, do the math, and that's just letting you know as the trend is picking up. So again, there's that. I also want to keep an eye out for updates on how they're going to use the other 5 million tokens. They have about 1.5 billion in circulation, I believe, in or supply total, and 1 million out there, but they have 500 million they're going to use. I'm curious what's going to happen with that. And then two, I want to see more partnerships with publishers or publishers networks, and see what they do to show publishers are using this, that it's working and making people money. So now, that being said, my price objective for all this coming into it, I think $2 to $3 a token in the next 12 to 18 months. That's a long term. And again, this is just coming out of my ass. And why I'm saying that is just because you see the market we are in right now. Again, like I said, this is based on current crypto market activity. There's a huge supply of tokens. There's demand at current price levels for this stock too, and at previous levels. And if the team executes, this could be real. However, you see where the current market is and what's been going on. Everything is really inflated, and that poses an inherent risk. But in the long term, I do think all goes well, or in even a short-term volatility, which again, 12 to 18 months isn't that long. I think it could hit $2 to $3 a token at best case scenario. If publishers fail to adopt, or this is a true dump or dilution, I can see this going sub 35 cents. And right now I believe it's at 55 cents or something like that. So that being said, in that, I think 35 is too generous. I'm not even being really conservative with this at all. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I own some. I want to monitor this few weeks. If I do make any changes, I'll definitely let you guys know. But hopefully this gives you guys some research. What I challenge you to do, don't invest in it. Go do your own research, look at it, understand how I went about this. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Comment below, make sure you subscribe and like the video if this was helpful. But also, again, tell me what your guys' thoughts are, what questions you have, and try to understand my process behind this, and really do your own research, be smart, don't go crazy, and yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. Love you guys, stay in school.